How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here. We're on the 100, episode number 2 of season 5, which is called Red Queen, which is very appropriate. If you're going to have a colour preceding the name of being Queen, it's got to be red, because red's cool. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but it's my favourite colour, so yeah. But honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing where things go, because the first episode of season 5, should I say, was an absolute blast. We got to discover Clark's journey through where she's been for the last 6 years since Prime Fire. We also got a bit of glimpses on what's going on in the Ark, with ships rising and ships falling as well, it seems. And Octavia's looking pretty badass as shit's going down in the bunker at Polis. So I'm looking forward to seeing where things do follow after the first episode, where we kick-started everyone's journey, it seems, after what seems to be the new life, I guess. I mean, it's life after Prime Fire, and it's been a hell of a long time. So yeah, new threats are emerging with that corporation group that was a prisoner ship. The name's gotten out with me. Don't worry, I'll remember it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where things go. So with that said, why don't we just delve right into the reaction? The extended reaction should be up on Patreon. I'm looking forward to seeing where things go for season 5. Let's go.
The Order of the Flame will never support a red-blooded commander.
A red-blooded commander.
Well, they've got to get used to the times, haven't
and
they?
Everyone else is in this bunker. Your real commanders would have let you burn.
That's why Octavia is awesome. I say let's get behind the new times.
Stealing blankets? Give them back.
Yeah.
What's next?
Someone peed on the toilet seat. Let's kill him. Ooh, is it like tap code?
It's sealed from above.
That sucks.
You're not getting in.
You're not getting out.
We're not getting out.
That is heartbreaking. That is a bummer.
No!
That was Abby?
When she allowed 1,200 people into this bunker, it was based on 5-year calculations.
You're blaming me for this?
Yeah,
You
because the
forced
numbers
your
would be
own
fewer.
people out into that fire, and for what?
Get her out of here.
This bunker wasn't yours to give.
Cooper.
Jaha found it. It belonged to us. You had
There was
no
an agreement
right.
with the Conclave. So I'm wondering if the fighting means something more then. Fight to survive.
We'll survive. We'll just wish we didn't.
Some of us already do.
We'll still survive? Oh. Abby
Then we go to
definitely.
half rations.
Damn, that's half rations? Holy shit. They weren't kidding when they said, we'll just wish we didn't survive.
Uncle Theo, can I have
Theo!
seconds, please?
Here, Ethan. You can take mine.
Kane!
Thank you.
Uncle Theo!
Marcus needs to eat too.
Uncle Marcus! I'm
You need to
loving
get used to
this.
have rations just like the rest of us, okay? Good. Now, come on. I got a surprise for you in the room.
I know I would not survive in that bunker.
Just need a few minutes to explain.
In the morning, Karen.
Oh, it's only a few minutes! She's gonna die. You know, when I said she was gonna die, I didn't mean it. Just saying.
Everybody stay calm. We're safe here. They can't get to us.
What are you doing?
Oh, no, fuck's sake, she's
We're taking
leading
back
a
what's
coup.
ours.
Fuck's sake.
Your third-generation farm station. You must have heard the rumors about the blight. It's why we
Lord.
started floating our dead.
Everything you just described would have happened to us in 5 years. You should never have opened that door.
Oh, no.
These deaths are on you, too.
Well, said
Yaku ran your wild and went up. I'll say system wild.
Oh, boy. Oh, shit! Come on, Jaha! This is not good. This is not good.
Now. We secured the hallway.
Look here. Because level C contains the farm.
Are you hurt?
The grounder got to him.
Just a scratch.
Yeah, that's more than just
Because
a scratch,
level C
Jaha.
contains
What's
the
going
farm
on?
And the water recycler. Callaghan built it to be totally self-contained. Even if the rest of the bunker fails, level C remains operative.
So they've got the high ground,
Still
basically.
waiting on
Holy shit, this is heartbreaking. I mean, it is for Octavia not being able... Jaha, what's going on? Oh, Lord, no! It's like tis a scratch.
Both doctors on the wrong side of that.
Even if we find a way to take the farm back, there's still too many people in this bunker.
Into that realization,
There always
Octavia.
have been. This is it.
I'm wondering if that's going to lead to the fighting that we saw on the end of episode 1. Those who survive will be allowed to live.
We made death the enemy. That's how we survived. And anyone who did anything
So make death
pushed
the
us
enemy,
closer to death
Octavia.
was eliminated.
Their enemy.
You hate me because I floated your mother. But when she broke the law, she pushed us closer to death.
Holy
So she
shit.
made herself the enemy.
Holy shit.
Think that I would be able to carry you outside and shut the door.
He couldn't go through with that.
I'm sorry, but I'm not that strong. I would do the same thing 1,000 times.
Kane!
Did you ever regret
You sweetie.
opening the door to save me?
Ooh.
Everything we need. Food, water, supplies, music.
They're not
Can you
gonna
play a
let
little
that
louder,
go.
please?
Ooh! Jackson, I dare you! I dare you, Jackson!
You are one crew, or you're the enemy of one crew. Choose.
They've chosen. Well, he's chosen he's the enemy. He's chosen he's the enemy. Oh! Holy shit!
Or
Shit!
you're the enemy of one crew, or you are the enemy of one crew. Choose.
Oh, Octavia! Come on, Octavia! Holy fuck! Holy fuck! She's just dealing with all of them. I fucking love her.
Are the enemy of one.
Your funeral, literally. Fuck. Holy fuck me up.
You are one crew, or you are the enemy of one crew. Choose.
This is badass on another level. This is badass on another level. Just slay me. Oh!
It won't be that easy.
Holy shit! That was badass though!
Over there.
Jaha, come on, come on.
Thelonious.
And love when you reach the next safe passage on your travels until our final journey to the ground.
Shit, no. Oh, no, man.
A true commander can unite the clans. That without a Nat leader, we would be lost. Then you won the Conclave. You delivered us from Prime Fire. Today,
So
you
toodles
delivered
to
us
the
from
night, Blood.
starvation. I now believe that you will deliver us back to the ground.
Yeah, she will.
Look, you're a healer, not a fighter. That's why I love you.
Oh. Yay to the ship!
Have committed crimes against one crew. And the punishment for this
is death, boy.
Is death.
Oh.
The Elsie doesn't deserve to be down there for stealing blankets. Sky Crew stole food.
There is no Sky Crew. There is only one crew. And the enemy is
such a contrast, isn't it?
Would you like to join them?
Oh, she's putting the fear in their boots. Holy shit.
And this Conclave rules.
One champion. Nice.
Win the fight. Save your life.
Oh! That's Kara? Holy shit, Kara! This is just something, isn't it? Wait, what? What the hell's gone on here? Well, this is freaking insane, but it's insane, but it's so interesting and it's crazy, and I don't know how to feel about it. I love it, but I also want to be like, well, but then again, I don't think this was like harmony and peace and happiness was ever going to be an option in terms of surviving in the bunker, especially with that many people. But still, this is holy shit levels of like, woof. So I wonder what Kane did to piss off Octavia. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, I'm so curious, now that Kane's in the fighting pits. I mean, maybe he's there to support Aid. I don't know. No, he's not gonna be. Something happened, and yeah, I mean, that was a really, really solid episode. It was kind of like a premiere. Well, it was kind of like the second part of the opener to the 100, like season 3. Yeah, with one header. This was kind of like that, with the fact that in the first episode, we got a flashback-based episode with Clark, and I guess a small detail about the people on the Ark. And in this episode, we focused all the way through with the bunker and Octavia. So yeah, it was just really, really great of an episode. I did love the Abby and the Cabby scenes, should I say. We finally got to that point where Abby was understandably pissed off with what Kane did in terms of saving her, and my heart absolutely demolished when Kane admitted that he could not live without Abby, and not just that, but the doctor's thing, of course. But my heart broke when he gave his reasoning to Abby, and it was just really, really wonderful. And it was great to see that parallel, I guess, with Abby and when Abby went to save Kane with the opening of the doors and all of that as well. So it is like a parallel, isn't it, with what Kane did when Abby was willing to die. But it was really, really great stuff to see them address their feelings, Abby addressing that hatred. So yeah, but I'm wondering what's the deal with the pills and that. I mean, because Raven, I'm assuming they did the whole, because Raven did explain on the radio apparently that on how you basically flush the code from your head. So but that's the interesting thing. I'm wondering how they did it, because their supplies will be greatly reduced in terms of quality wise. Like, they won't be to the quality of Becca's lab and all of that. They won't have an ice tank and all of that. So I'm wondering what kind of drastic measures they like Abby would have used to flush the code out of her head. But I'm wondering what those pills are, like, because Raven didn't need that. So maybe that's probably the side effect of not doing it properly, like Raven did, so who knows. But yeah, it was great. Also great to kind of connect the dots with Clark trying to reach everyone in the bunker, but not being able to. So yeah, Jaha dying. That was really, really poetic though, when he was saying, "Take me to my wife, take me to Wells," being the final words that he spoke of. And I'm gonna miss Jaha, I'm not gonna lie. He's been there since the very start, so it was kind of surprising to see him get offed, but it's gonna be sad. It's sad to lose him as well. I mean, he's made some bad decisions in the 100, and decisions we will never forget, like the whole City of Light bullshit. But in the end, he wanted to do good, and in the end, he died doing the thing that he believed in heavily, which was saving his own people with that partnership with Octavia. In order to take back Farm Station and sort the shit out, which we'll get to in a minute, because, that scene. Yeah, it was that scene, and it was just, like, really, really awesome stuff to see. But yeah, Jaha died doing the thing he believed in the most. And I really, really love the fact that once Kara, once the whole situation of Kara bring up the point that we won't be able to survive, and we might need to still get rid of a few people and all of that took place. Jaha still maintained that belief, because this was part of his worries. I believe, like, he was pretty much against the whole fact of letting Grounders being with Sky Crew and hundreds of Sky Crew members having to be executed. He was heavily against that, being the biggest influencer, I guess. I mean, yeah, Clark was equally on that level, but Clark had that humanity in her as well, until Kane talked some common sense into him. And I'm really, really glad that Jaha was like, I'm glad that what you did, you getting that common sense into my head, I'm still grateful for that. So, the issues that Kara presented, doesn't mean squat to me. So I really, really liked how Jaha was still on there. But I also really, really loved what he said to Octavia to inspire her to be a leader as well. Because, like I said, I mean, it's not like he killed Octavia's mother or anyone who broke the law for shits and giggles. Death was the enemy, and they chose death in his eye. Like, they were trying to escape from death so much, and that's the thing. It's not like Jaha did this because he wanted to be a dick or whatever. It's not like Jaha did this because he did this because they were posing a greater risk at death, and they've been trying to run from that. And it's shitty. It's really, really harsh, like it is right now. They kind of parallel the times today and the times on the Ark. But in the end of the day, and to their knowledge, they were the only humans alive left, and they didn't want to risk that any further. So they had some really, really harsh times, but they weren't monsters for it. It's not like they lacked humanity, their actions on the Ark. It's not like they lacked any humanity. Whereas you could say Octavia has lost that bit of humanity. Who can say, I guess, because she was a right killing machine, and not just that though, but she is encouraging this more brutal way, I guess, but it's still amazing to see at the end of the day. But like I said, Jaha didn't want to do this. And I mean, he even sent Wells down to the Earth, and it was just really, really, it was just really, really great to see Jaha get some influence into Octavia. It might have spawned something more vicious out of Octavia, which after season 4 she was trying to chase away, she was trying to get away from, but I guess it all goes back to this is me at the end of the day. But it was great to see Jaha get some leadership in her, because this is the thing. He didn't want to. It's not like he woke up every morning on the Ark thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna kill some people, yippee!" It's not like he woke up with that mindset. He did what he had to do. So yeah. And I'm not trying to say that Jaha is completely clean, because, like I said, City of Lights, never forgive that. I mean, he caused a right shitstorm with Ali. So yeah, but in his common sense phase, in his normality, he tried to do the best he could. He tried to become inspirational with his leadership skills. So it's not like he's a bad character. He's made bad decisions, but who hasn't on this show, to be fair? So yeah. Before we get to Octavia, Miller and Jackson. I love the fact that Jackson had that temptation to revolt against Kara's revolt. Yeah. But he just couldn't go through with it as well. So yeah, I really, really liked that comment and how Miller was so forgiving for what he had to do. But great for them to because there were hints. I was thinking I think it was like the final few episodes of season 4, they were teasing something, and I was like, are these two, trying to ship it up? And it seems like full steam ahead. Choo choo. Octavia is. Let's get on to the meat of the story, and I don't know if I could say that's used literally. I mean, she considering the fact that she was chopping meat left, right, and centre, wasn't she? That was bad, but no. Octavia was an absolute gem in this story, and this is the thing, though. Octavia has been an absolutely phenomenal character. And I absolutely love the fact that she's now become this, well, I wouldn't say killing machine, but I mean, it's that case of having to do have things to do to survive, I guess. It's more in a more, I guess, vicious way, because you're encouraging this gladiator way, but that's part of Octavia. I think that's like I said, it all goes back to this is me. Jaha wasn't exactly a fighter. Maybe if Jaha was more of a fighter, I wonder if they would do something like this. Perhaps, I have no idea. But I mean, being sucked out into the vacuum of space is really, really disturbing as well. So I some might say it's not as it's on that level of fighting, isn't it? Because I mean, it just sucks for whoever has to clean up the blood, doesn't it? But honestly, her being the Red Queen was absolutely amazing. Just seeing her dish out the damage was mesmerizing, especially from Octavia. Like, Octavia is just this is the thing though, this has been coming for, I mean, we saw it in the Conclave, didn't we? But I think this was more brutal and just demonstrated how monstrous Octavia can be if you give her a reason to fight, and lo and behold, she just did that exactly. And it was great because Jaha's words kind of inspired her, and she kept repeating it. You are one crew, or you are the enemy of one crew, and those who were the enemy, of course. So yeah, it's not like she punished those, like, she gave them a choice at the end of the day, and they chose at the some of them chose death, until it got wired in a few people's brains saying, yeah, best not. But at the end of the day, this is disciplinary action that Octavia has influenced. If Jaha didn't give her that inspirational speech, about death being the enemy, and if Octavia didn't implement this ruling, then the bunker would be an absolute. I mean, it is a bit of a shit show, some could say, but it would be a place where there's no discipline involved, where people can run havoc until it is quite literally a mess. So this is a really a brutal way of keeping order, but it's one that does work because it might keep people in place. Of course, it has brought out a few vulturous sides. Like Ethan was like, yeah, kill him, and he was a cute boy calling Kane and Theo uncle, which was like, oh. But then again, with the Grounders, nothing is like, you're not going to expect like the Grounders to be so vibrant and all of that. So yeah, and the thing is, I have a feeling that since they brought in the clans to make one crew, this food situation, everything, this was always going to be an issue, and it was always, I think there was always going to be some, especially sharing with the Grounders. That's the thing. Times are a lot different, but yet so similar on the Ark, because you're sharing with Grounders. You didn't have that luxury before on the Ark, and you know, you still gotta pay the price. I think for something so small as well. Like one of the people, like there was that person who complained about someone stealing blankets. They were up for death as well. So we're back at harsh times on the Ark. But I guess it's the things you have. Like what Jaha did doesn't make him a bad person. It's controversial, but it's the things you have to do to survive at the end of the day, and it's the same here again with Octavia. It doesn't make her a bad person whatsoever. She's just trying to establish an order so people cannot go hell-bent like they did earlier in this episode, and here we go. So I can't exactly say Octavia is a bad person for doing what she did. If anything, she's trying to, like, it might be a bit controversial for me to say, but she's doing the right thing, because otherwise we'll have another coup once again, and it will keep going and keep going potentially, because no matter what, it's going to be hard for, I mean, this is the thing though, she's given that option. You either become one crew or you don't. So, and otherwise, Grounders will start picking on Sky Crew over and over again, because that's always been a real struggle, trying to get Grounders and the Sky Crew to be one. So Octavia's given that option. So yeah. But yeah, I really loved, I just wonder how it does benefit one crew, like everyone apart from those who are standing by Octavia's side, and of course the Fantagulous. That's a new word. I'm copyrighting that shit now. The fantastic girl herself, I was going to say. Yeah, I kind of distracted myself with that. But I want that word copyrighted. So if anyone's going to try it, I will come for you. I'm kidding. But yeah, it certainly helped. This whole situation has helped Octavia big time, because she was questioning her leadership, and now she's enforcing this leadership. And yeah, it's basically, you either do or you die. You either do follow this rule and accept and be part of one crew, be a community, I guess, or you decide to break away from that and basically try to punish one crew. So yeah, and I'm really glad that Octavia has kind of let Jaha's words sunk in. And it's really encouraging. But what's really funny is that her story is quite the reversal, isn't it? Like her entire story, because we know that Octavia was basically an outcast. She was not allowed under the rules of, she was not allowed to exist under the rules of the Ark, and she was basically looked down upon because she... her whole existence was completely taboo, basically. So she was judged by those who were allowed on the Ark, and now she's here. She's leading people. She's deciding lives if they want to become one crew or not. She makes the rules. So I really, really love that reversal, because it's quite poetic, isn't it? The person who was an outcast to those on the Ark is now deciding your lives in the present day, for if you want to become one crew or not. So yeah, but it was really great of an episode. I absolutely loved detail. I loved how this episode did detail about what happened in the bunker. The kind of revolt that we had with Kara taking the farm station as her own and all of that. Well, as her and her own people's own, should I say? Because this is the thing. It all started with the fact, like, because her calculations were based on, okay, this is what happens if Sky Crew. And that's the thing, though. I think you want to make those, like, this is the thing, though. Like, if you got hundreds more coming in, then those calculations are going to be screwed. But it also deals with her own tragedy as well, because the fact that there's more risk of trying to eliminate a few more people, she doesn't want to be a victim of that hurt again, because the first culling, I'm guessing that was the 300 on the Ark. She lost someone. Second culling, she lost someone. So she doesn't want. And I'm wondering if she's putting anyone else into accountability, but she's basing this on her own tragedy as well. So yeah, she's not wanting to go through that hell again. Especially since Sky Crew initially held the bunker, but Octavia's rules said otherwise. So yeah, it was just really, really interesting to see how this mutiny happened and all of that, and Octavia establishing an order. It's cruel, but it had to be done, I feel. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and it was great seeing Octavia be the badass that I love her for, because Octavia is incredible, and yeah, she's just insanely awesome. Basically, yeah. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!